bouncing back and forth between how-to videos and vlogs. Well, today we're going to be working on this trike, and I'm going to be talking a little bit. I think we're going to be doing more vlogs style videos than our how-to videos for a little bit, just because we have so many, and I was trying to figure out a way, whereas if I'm working on this today, and then working on it in 2 days or tomorrow, we could actually combine it all together to put it into one video. It doesn't make any sense. It's like so sporadic and crazy, and I don't have time to deal with that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a daily vlog. You'll have to check back and see us start stuff and finish it, just because there's a lot of different processes that we have to do. You know, we might fiberglass this and it has to sit for a day. We might trim it and fab it and wait for parts and do that. And we have to bounce around a lot. And that's kind of how this job is. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish there was a million other ways to do things, especially now with Corona waiting on parts. There's a lot of jumping around. I start a project, and all of a sudden they say it's going to be 8 weeks for a part or something like that you normally stock. It's a little crazy. So I want to kind of bring you through what we do, you know, what I do in a day, kind of give you the rundown. You see all the different aspects of what we do in the custom car world and motorcycle and truck. So like today, for instance, I didn't film it, but I'll show you some pictures over this of some of the stuff we already did this morning. Like I started off really early before we even opened. I had a few sets of car interiors already done, completed, ready to roll. Once those are done, then we have to jump over and do our production fiberglass work. Once all the fiberglass work is done and sitting and drying, then we can jump on and start doing some of our custom car work now that the production stuff is done. It's kind of crazy. I don't like showing a lot of production stuff just because it's very repetitious, and I think anybody would get bored of it because it's just the same thing over and over again. So what we have in store for today, or our goals are, is we have to finish the Sportster seat, which we've already started. That customer actually, it's one of those weird ones where you just, sometimes you could know exactly what a customer wants and other times you don't. This one was a challenge for me because he's a taller guy on a shorter bike, and even though it was extended, he's still pretty tall. And what he wants is comfort, and he wants it to be this old school, hand-tooled, cool seat, which is kind of like hard to go together. So we've been going back and forth. Now that's another good example why I want to do these videos as a vlog, because what will happen is we'll do that, we'll email the customer, and then we'll have to wait. And there's a lot of back and forth. It's not like I just get on there and all of a sudden start, just do the seat start to finish and you're done. There's a lot of asking customers, having them fit it, having to try it on, make sure it works for them comfort-wise, and then also for look-wise, and that one's a little bit challenging. So today we trimmed it up, and I got a little bit more trimming to do. I just wanted to get this fiberglass first so it could sit while we're doing our other work. And that's it. If anybody has any questions while we're doing this, always just ask. I actually had a great conversation today with a guy from Alabama, and I love when you hear someone say that, they watch our videos and now they were inspired to try stuff themselves at home, which is awesome because that's exactly what we started this for. And he's trying to make his own custom motorcycle seat. There's nobody in his area that does it, and he was like nervous at first, but then after watching what we do, he kind of got a good feeling for it. He's gonna try it out, he said, which is cool, and then ship us the seat pan, and we're gonna foam it and wrap it for him. Now, as you're watching, if you have any questions to how or why, I should do a how-to video. How to use paper. This last clown that worked here couldn't figure out how to use the paper masking thing. So if you're watching our videos and you have any questions as why we're doing certain things, like why do we tape it in this sequence and stuff like that, what I'll do is I'll put one of the little things up there on the YouTube channel, so you can click on that and that'll bring you to one of our other videos that better explains that. Because for me to explain every single day why we do everything we do, all right, I got this part masked off. We have to cover the whole thing with plastic yet, but I wanted to let you know what we're doing. I figured maybe that'd be a good thing. So this is a Honda VTX 1800 trike. What I'm gonna do is we have to make a seat, but he also wants kind of like a tour pack without the actual luggage trunk on the back, or storage trunk. So what we're gonna end up doing is, I kind of see these really cool contours in here where it wraps around. We're gonna make our seat, which is gonna stop here. Then we're gonna continue our fiberglass around and make this little tail section that kind of drapes into these grooves, so it kind of sits in there and looks like it's kind of made to be there. And then from that, we'll have to build it up. One of the things we have to do is, well, this is what we do. So the custom stuff is very different than the average day stuff. And if you ever look at some of our customers and wonder why they have such nice stuff, the big thing is they understand that when you're building custom stuff, custom takes time. And if you start beating on people, like a lot of these guys call and hammer on you, when's this, when's that, I need this, I need that. Those are the people that get their builders so stressed out that they lose their creative flow with them. And we all understand that you want your stuff and you get it, and it takes a long time. It always takes longer than you think it does. But honestly, if you need something to drive and you want it now, buy a new Harley, buy a new car, go buy a pre-done muscle car. And if you want to build something else, but that's not your driver. You know, the guys who have one car and that's their life really put a lot of added strain on it. So a lot of times you'll see them with kind of a vehicle not as good as they could have had if they just let the builder or the creator do it. Now, on the other hand, if you're doing it yourself, there's something totally different about that, because you get to spend the time in your garage building it yourself. You don't have to worry about any of that, and you kind of create your own domain. How long it takes, it's you doing it and having fun. And that's kind of what we're trying to push for Atomic. Well, actually, I gotta run next door and grab plastic. As we do that, we're gonna grab the seat for the Sportster and test fit it. All right, so I just knocked out a bunch of areas, or marked out a bunch of areas that I see that I'm gonna cut off immediately, just some rough air. We're just do some like rough cuts, and then we're gonna test fit again. We're gonna go back and forth quite a few times so we get this thing dialed in. Sometimes one of the nice things about doing stuff yourself is you clean up after yourself. There's no mess behind you. Time for a little dump run. You know what's funny? I'm at the dump, but I'm trying to be nice to a guy and say, hey, it's a lot cooler today than yesterday. I hate when you say something to someone you realize you just talked to the wrong person, because they turn around, they look at you like, rah. All the fiberglass garbages, or fiberglass shop garbages, are empty, which is such a good feeling. Isn't it funny that these, like, sometimes you got to get rewarded in your micro accomplishments, just cleaning up, being able to get stuff done. We've been so busy for so long that it's like just being able to take 1 second to clean up feels so good, and to look back and have the shop like the same way it was when you left it, versus just keep getting messier and messier. Funny, I don't know if you can see that square body up there, but it cracks me up because I see this guy around town. He has this brown and tan square body, and I saw him. I'm like, all right, you got the Fall Guy truck. I always wanted one of those. And he's like, what's the Fall Guy? And I said, like the TV show from like the 70s and 80s. And he's like, never heard of it. I go, how can you be driving that truck around and never the Fall Guys? It's like insane. All right, garbage is off. Seat pan's going in. What's funny is I love having the fiberglass shop separate than the main building. I don't know if any of you old timers remember, there was a spoiler place that used to make spoilers back in the day for Cam-A. They made like a lot of Volkswagen and stuff. Good products, good company. We used to buy a lot of stuff from them, like in the late 80s, early 90s. I think it was, yeah, it was them. They had there's like with fiberglass, you got a huge static, and the static electricity actually could ignite stuff. So when you pop something out of a mold, it could actually jump. And a story we were told, which if it's not true, refresh my memory, please. They said that someone popped a mold, I guess, and the static jumped to an open container of acetone, which ignited a fire. I guess it ended up burning down the entire factory, which is like horrible, but now everybody's like, you can't have your molds, your jigs, and your fixtures and your products all in the same building, because with them, everything was gone. And I do remember them going back, trying to do like a buyback, buying parts, and we were all hoping that they get back in business and we could buy stuff from them again, but then it turns out, I guess it never panned out. If anybody has any backstory on that, please let me know, because I always remembered that, and always like it's just stuck in the back of my head, and it's probably all wrong. It's probably like someone lied to me, and I've been thinking about this for 30 years or 20-something years. Okay, let's go test fit this thing again.